Hey, I'm Greaves III, editor and publisher of the Home Gym Quarterly magazine, the only magazine in the world that's written by and for home gym owners. And today, we're going to build a deadlift platform. And by we, I mean him. Pretty much. This is my good friend, Brad Martin. Brad knows how to build just about anything. So when he put out a call and said, hey, you know what, during this quarantine, I have time and I want to do some odd jobs just to keep myself busy, I said, hey, I got the perfect thing for you to do. So he's come over here to build something that I've long wanted to have, but never had the opportunity to make, and that is a deadlift platform. Now, because of my unique requirements, it's not going to be the same dimensions as like the 8x8 platforms that you see with plans on the internet, right? So instead, Brad, tell me what are the dimensions that we finally decided on?
We're now going to have a platform that is 87 inches long and by 48 inches wide. And that includes the 2 sheets of OSB 3/4 inch will be the bottom layers. And then on top of those layers, on either end will be these rubber mats that are 20.5 inches wide by 4 feet. And then that leaves us with a 45.5 inch opening here where we will lay a smooth 3/4 inch plywood. That'll be the platform that you stand on.
Now, the other reason why, although a lot of you guys might be thinking, well, why do you need to have the center portion so wide? I deadlift sumo, so I wanted to make sure that I have enough room to set up to deadlift without being kind of cramped for space, especially if I want to go wide, or if somebody else wants to come over here and deadlift and they do like the hybrid style like that. I wanted to make sure that we have plenty of space for the wood for them to be able to deadlift in comfort. So that's why we're doing that. So we'll be right back and we'll get started. And by we, I mean him.
It's going to be the length of that bar, 87 inches.
Correct.
Okay. So that's going to be 2 sheets of 3/4 inch OSB underneath. That's going to be the platform. And then we'll take the smooth piece of plywood, and it's going to be 48 inches wide and 45.5 inches long.
Okay.
And filled, and then there'll be the 2 rubber mats on either end.
Okay. That should. So basically, as wide as this right here.
It's going to be
Perfect.
Oh yeah, it'll be.
Because I don't deadlift with my feet together.
This is exactly the dimensions exactly.
Yeah, I needed to make sure it's wide enough so that I deadlift, because this is how I do it. So perfect.
Yeah.
That's why he parked here. I'm throwing you a bone. That's why he parked all the way over here, so he could lean the wood against that tree. Not because he wasn't thinking about the fact that we had.
He wants to do more work, but he don't want to walk, 30 feet.
By do more work, you mean I would have laid down the tailgate? So now we gotta walk all the way back here and get the other one?
Oh, all right. Now, here's the other thing.
Oh boy.
So since we're not doing the true 8 foot, we need to cut this lip off because we're not, they tongue and groove together. So let's walk around to this side. And oh my, do you have an extension cord?
I'm prepared.
The only thing I didn't bring.
I'm prepared. a difference in height at all.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Now you know there's gonna be one more sheet of plywood on top of this.
Well, there's going to be one more sheet in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you know. This is not going to take a long time. Then the price is going I thought this job was going to be harder.
It was going to be faster. The price should be going up. Pulling out saws and everything now.
Every job on time. Every job on time. At a fair price.
Get these customers that get you in the... Oh, now what I want you to do. Remember how I sent you those specs? No, I didn't mean that.
Well, when you start out with, I know what a deadlift is. What's a deadlift platform? I had to send you the most basic and easy to follow instructions I could. And I said, okay, when you get here, we'll talk about it. And we did. Because I don't lie to my friends. When you get here, we'll talk about it. We did.
I knew we were going to talk about it.
I told you we were going to talk about it. See, there you go. Everybody's on the same page.
Oh, you're going to see John Greaves?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be all day. I was really happy the moment you said, these are already cut. I was like, oh, no. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I prepare it ahead of time. I'm that kind of guy.
Now, do you care that this is...
Nope.
They're,
I knew you about that. Nope.
Inch?
Nope. Not enough to cut it. Cutting those things sucks. Now, the thing is, just because it just worked out that way, my mats, even though they were cut from a 4x6 mat, they're not exactly 4 feet. They're probably a little bit longer than 4 feet. Either that or the plywood is a little bit narrower. The point is, we got about 1 inch overlap. But I don't care about that enough to have to try to cut these mats again, because if you've never cut rubber mats, stall mats, well, love yourself and don't. All right? If you have, you understand why I say it's not worth worrying about for this little bit of overlap. I mean, it's brutal, man.
Yeah, his instructions were going to cut this with a
I followed the instructions that people normally
knife,
give.
and I was like,
they,
oh,
I mean,
my.
they say you can put some soap, and that makes it easier. It sucks. Okay, it does. It does help. I don't know why, but it still sucks. I mean, it's horrible. Without exaggeration, I can say it's horrible. And this isn't like a smooth cut either. It's a cut, stop and rest. Cut, stop and rest. James and I actually, I think, cut it one weekend when he was probably in 8th grade. I was like, he's gonna go home and tell his mom. This is where we at cut together. He's gonna go home and tell his mom. What'd you do this whole weekend? Oh, I cut a rubber mat with my dad. Took us 2 days. That actually works out pretty well. We will have to cut a mat somehow to kind of fill up this little space right here, but I'll figure it out something. The other reason why I didn't want to use these mats, because they're slightly raised. So you want to be as flat and close to the ground as possible, right? So socks, even with a shoe like this,
She must have
it's
non-grip, grip sock. Oh, my toe.
Because when you deadlift mid grip, the bar helicopters.
When you deadlift how?
Like this.
Oh.
Then the bar rotates away from you because one hand is not as strong as the other, right? So you're able to pull back harder with this hand, and what ends up happening is the bar rotates away from you. And so what does that do with the hand where it's coming back towards you? It's easier to drop the bar on your foot on that side.
Mm-hmm. Let me go back up.
Alright, I'm flush on this side.
I said, I really hope I don't stub my toe on this thing.
Well, so what I'm thinking, to be honest with you, is that we wouldn't even necessarily need a mat. That's what I was talking about. It's like we wouldn't even necessarily need a mat around this area here. I'm still deciding whether we even need it. If we do need it, because the whole reason you have a mat is so that you don't drop weights on the concrete floor. But now we have a platform, so you shouldn't have weights not on the concrete floor. It's a dang platform.
Safe is not a word I use a lot.
I believe you.
Yeah. Not one of my favorite words. Safe, the synonym to safe is wasted time. That's what that sounds like to me.
You know, surprisingly enough, he's an English teacher. He's from England and teaches. Okay, and there you have it. We got a deadlift platform, and it actually didn't really take that long. This was what I'd say less than an hour to get all the work done. It was really fast. We had a couple of hiccups, but that's mostly because, like I said, there's a little bit of overlap for the because of the rubber matting not being exactly the same as the plywood, but I don't care about that. You notice that this is not finished. Number one, you don't want to put anything slippery in the center here because bad things will happen to you. And especially since I deadlift sumo, I want to make sure that I've got firm footing here. So this is perfect. I am going to put my logo here in the middle of it, and then we'll put something like a protective something to make sure that logo doesn't get scratched up. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this, and look forward to training on it. This is your first time building one of these, right?
First time.
Okay, cool. But now y'all know if you need one, look up Brad Martin on Facebook and pretty much just, you know, he'll work for coffee. It'll be fine.
$750.
Whoa, yeah. Cut! And so this guy got me so flustered with his outrageous antics about that ridiculous figure that I'm probably gonna just edit out about how much he thinks it's gonna cost. I forgot about to do the outro. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please click like, share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single video. See you.